Are you looking to improve your sales without resorting to pushy tactics? Welcome to Sales Made Easy, the podcast that helps you to achieve better sales results and gain long-lasting clients through relational selling. Let's get right into it. What is the good word? Got a little bit of sun and shade here today, and I wanted to continue the conversation about perseverance. Perseverance, using that to help grow our emotional intelligence. A couple things came to mind. Number one, I was listening to a podcast with Mel Robbins, and her guest was a person who researches all about how we typically are wasting a lot of time in our lives. One of the ways we waste time is by scrolling. And if you look at the hours that if you have an iPhone, it's telling you how many hours a day that you're putting into your phone. And we're looking for the quick hits. We want those quick little feel-good moments. So we get those, and it's like playing the slot machine, and we are lost in our phones for sometimes hours, unfortunately. So how does that relate to business? Well, because we want the quick successes, the quick hits, the quick shots of dopamine, that does not always come quickly in sales and business. So this old trait of perseverance, of enduring, of putting together this plan and sticking with it through all kinds of adversity seems to be a thing of the past. But if we want to be successful, we have to dig this back up out of the past and put it into practice. Now, I've spoken to people who said, well, I'm going to quit my job and I've saved enough for 3 months so I can start a business. Okay, that may be great, but what happens if after 3 months or 6 months, whatever the number that you give, does not lead to success? Can you persevere if you're not going to have the funds to live on? I remember listening to Gary Vee a few years ago, and he was talking about people that complain because business is not coming fast enough. And he says, don't even talk to me if you haven't been doing it for 5 years. That clued me in, right? Not that it necessarily is going to take 5 years, but it may take a lot longer than 3 months. So I go back to, if there is a wall in front of us, if we're hitting this wall and we're saying we're not getting success as fast as we can, we'll get out the pen and paper and we can start thinking about what are the options. One option is, let's get that one out of the way right away. One option is we can quit. If we decide to quit, how much of this pursuit was really a passion of ours? How much of it was to make an impact? And if we can quit after a few months, then I got to say that probably wasn't a big enough reason for you want to build this opportunity in the first place, whatever it is, right? Learning to play the guitar or starting a business. If you quit after 3 months and you say, well, the odds are against me, I'm just not going to do it, it's not enough of a passion. So what are the other options? Other options is that you can keep going forward, right? You can keep doing the same thing and just keep getting better at it. That's an option. Another option is you can try something a little bit different maybe not each day, but each week or month or something, that you're trying a little different spin on things. Maybe if you're networking, it's how you're having conversations. Maybe if it's your pitch, maybe if it's your discovery, it's the questions you're asking and you keep improving. But I would write all of this down and say, what are the options? When people come to me and say, well, looks like I'm stuck, this isn't going to work, first question I ask is, what are the options? And they'll come up with options. So you can come up with options. Hey, April, good to see you. So as we go through difficult times, we're going to hear the word no. We're going to feel rejection. We're going to feel like, man, this is the end. It's just not working. Get out the pen, start writing. What are my options? Right? And if you're not a fan of the quit word, I would put that on the top, because that would make me angry enough to say, well, that's not an option. It's an option, but it's not a real option.
and then start writing out, what do I need to do to be better? Who can help me? Are there people that I can talk to that might be able to provide some guidance? When we feel stuck, it does not mean it's the end, but we have to come forth and look for the options and figure out, how do we keep going forward? The idea of, again, I'm going to go back with emotional intelligence. The more we use our emotional intelligence and use it like a muscle, like this perseverance today, people want the quick hit off of the dopamine rush from their scrolling through social media. That's not the answer. The answer is, this is going to take work, it's going to take effort, and I've got to be in it for the long game. So perseverance, it's a great sign of your emotional intelligence, something we all can work on. I hope this helps. Hope you guys are having a great day. Stay well.
Thanks for listening to Sales Made Easy. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe and share it with your friends. Also, you're invited to join the Facebook group Sales Training Selling with Dignity. Serve first, the selling will follow.